Good morning, sophomores. Sorry I can't be there with you, but I am coaching softball, so hopefully we'll bring home a win. Thanks for coming to Saturday school. I think this little bit of extra effort that you put in is going to be the difference between a basic and a mastery, or a mastery and advanced. You guys have worked so hard. There's no need to worry about these tests. And remember, if you get to a question that you really don't know, that's on me. I've taught you everything that I suspect will be on the 6th grade iLeap, but if there's something you really haven't seen before, skip that question and move on, okay? So the first thing I wanted to talk about is that for every question, it helps if you break it down by using TOOT. That means first look through the question and find any words that you know that you can translate. So that first T means translate. We're going to fill out the rest. The next word means you underline the actual question. A lot of times you guys will have a long paragraph text like this question. So underline what the question is actually asking you. So that's the next one. Underline the question. The D stands for draw or use the diagram. This is really helpful when you think about an experiment or when you think about any of the forces and Newton's laws. And finally, if you can't do any of those, do a quick explanation. It doesn't have to be a full sentence, but this helps you be confident so that you know you have that question right. Okay, so let's think about that first one. What conclusion can be drawn from the data table shown in the table? Alright, do you see any words you can translate? I do. A conclusion means summary. So I'm going to underline conclusion and write summary. You should do the same thing. Now for these types of questions, I just read through my choices and then look at the data. A, the days are getting longer. Well, this one we have to look at both sets of data. We have to look at column 2 and column 3. In the first column, the sun rises at 7:08, but then it rises a lot earlier, so the day starts earlier. In the second column, the sun sets at 6:15, and then by the end of the week, it sets at 6:21, so it sets a lot later. So if it's starting earlier and ending later, the days must be getting longer. I'm pretty sure it's A. But you always need to read all the answer choices because sometimes the test is supposed to be tricky. The days are getting shorter. That's not true. Cross it out. The sun is rising earlier each day. Oh, wait, that's true too. It starts at 7:08 and it's rising earlier and earlier in the morning. So that's also true. I'm going to circle C. The sun is not setting earlier each day. So I'm between two answers. But remember, a conclusion is a summary. So I want to compare both sets of data, not just one set. So if you're stuck between two answers, a good conclusion compares your whole experiment, not just one little data point. So our correct answer is A. And we're going to write sun rises earlier and the sun sets later. Alright, moving on to this bottom one. What is the best hypothesis that can be developed based on the figure? So first we translate. Hypothesis means what? Guess, right? So we did our T. Underline the actual question. So the actual question is the bottom part. We want the hypothesis. Draw a diagram. Well, our diagram's already there for us. Or explain. Now we're ready to look through our answers. Flowers like to grow near trees. Well, if they like to grow near trees, then this would be taller, so it can't be A. Flowers grow taller in the sunlight. Well, if this is the sun and it's growing taller, that's probably true. I'm going to add that to my diagram. I think my answer is B. Let's check out. Flowers smell better. Shh, we don't have anything about smell in our question. Flowers grow in groups of 4 when in the shade. No, because there's 4 in the sun and 4 in the shade, so that doesn't make sense. Cool. These should seem really simple to you. You guys are absolutely ready to rock this out. We have one more question to do. Whoa, that's a long question. That's why that U in TUDE is super important. We're going to underline the actual question right now. What of the following, this is the last sentence, terms best describes the difference in the placement of the plants? Difference. Anytime I see the word different or difference in an experiment, that's going to be our IV, our independent variable, because that means change. I'm pretty sure without reading the question, the answer is B. But I should go back and read the whole question. A student wants to find out if different amounts of sunlight, ding ding ding, different is IV, affect the growth rate of violets. They have 3 plants, control, same amount of food and water, another control. One is in the dark, one is in the sun. That looks like it's our IV. So we're all set to go. You guys got this test. You're going to knock it out of the park. If there's a question you're stuck on, tune it up, right? Think about what the question's actually asking you, even if it's a really long question. Translate any words you know, because you know like 70, 80 words, and draw a diagram if you need some help. You guys got this. Your next step is to work on Socrative and see how many out of 5 you can get right. If you can get a 3 or higher, you're set. See you on Monday. Can't wait to see how you do on Tuesday.